Hello and welcome to Irish Eyes on Wrestling, Week 6, Part 1. I'm Sherlock, at Sherlock on Twitter.
And I'm Georgie Masterson.
Today we're going to be talking about the news, and then we'll get into when we think Dolph Ziggler will cash in that Money in the Bank briefcase. But we're going to start off with the news, and on Monday Night Raw, the viewers was 4,147,000, which isn't a bad first hour show. But on the second hour it dropped down to 4,126,000, and then the third hour was a big decline and went down to just under 3.5 million. And that's the 15th consecutive week and the 18th week out of 19 weeks in where the viewership has dropped off during the third hour. It's not looking good for the third hour, 3 hour Raws. I mean, it is suffering. You can see the whole get up of the show it's getting bad.
They're just trying to fill in. They're just trying to fill in bits.
They could do so much more, have the mid-carders fight more, but they're just giving it to John Cena the whole time. And it's just getting repetitive and boring.
But they can see themselves getting boring now. People are just dropping
the USA want to drop Raw at the moment because they're losing viewers. You know, it's not going to look good. It's just might be the end of 3 hour Raws.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Do
you want to do this?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, sorry. Oh god. Okay, so Matt Hardy apparently appeared on Passing the Torch radio while he was doing promotion for the WOH wrestling appearance this Friday night, and when he was asked whether or not we'd seen the Hardy Boys reunion in WWE when Jeff Hardy becomes free, he said it's very likely. So that would be great.
Yes, I'd love the Hardys, and with the tag team rejuvenation back in WWE, it would be a great time for the Hardys to come back, and they should be in the tag team division, not going for the main titles. Yeah,
I think as well, just from a ladies' point of view as well, the Hardy Boys were extremely popular with all the ladies. Need I say any more? But yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'd love the Hardys back there. I mean, they were what. There's no one like them anymore, really. I mean. You could maybe compare Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd to them.
Yeah, like you do need that kind of high flying action.
Yeah,
you know,
in the tag team division.
Yeah,
especially.
Definitely. Yeah.
I wouldn't put Sin Cara and Rey Mysterio in there because they're just completely different.
Yeah, and
a different type of high flying.
Yeah, and I think they're kind of old now for that. I know Hardy Boys are getting on in years, but I think it'll, the teenagers out there, I think they'll enjoy the Hardys.
Still the Hardys.
Yeah, exactly.
WWE has contemplated building towards Big Show versus Ryback at WrestleMania 29, mainly to give Ryback his WrestleMania moment of, doing the shell shock to Big Show, stamping around the ring with Big Show on his shoulders. That's if he could lift him up.
Yeah, he had a bit of a hard time with Albert.
With Bill Tensai.
I don't know whether that'll be feasible or not.
Yeah, I'd like to see it happen.
Yeah.
I would like to see it happen, but will it happen? That's the thing.
Yeah.
He'd have to be trying it on Raws or SmackDowns or on the live shows.
And outside he'd have to be throwing cards up on the shoulder, for God's sake.
Yeah,
that's huge.
It's nearly 500 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
And Big Show will have to jump. Obviously, he won't be able to. He won't be able to deadlift the Big Show.
Yeah, no, definitely not. No. So yeah, I think 2003 there's going to be an awful lot of movie releases scheduled for WWE Studio. Yeah. So there's a couple of films there. I think the two of us were just speaking of recently.
We were looking at them and there's a lot of them.
Very interesting.
Yeah, good couple of people in it.
Yeah. There's, I suppose, a couple of them there. No One Lives, and that's with Brodus Clay in it.
In the supporting role.
Yeah. So
he looks like a villain. If you take off the Funkasaurus gimmick, he looks like a villain.
None of the dancing, nothing like that. Cut that out, and then I think he'd be great. Yeah. Just imagine him doing that. But
you'll laugh. It'll get a bit of a laugh if he starts just
thrown in there.
Yeah.
The other one as well, the Leprechaun, which we thought was very interesting.
Leprechaun Origins. WWE bought the rights for the Leprechaun movies a couple months ago, and there's going to be putting Hornswoggle as the Leprechaun.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I suppose the way to find out. Yeah.
The biggest movie though that they have coming out would be The Hive. David Otunga in the supporting role, but Halle Berry is the leading role. Halle Berry in a WWE movie.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's from WWE Studios, so it's not just David Otunga going off to a different studio. It's quite strange, I think. But how the mighty have fallen.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the one I'm more excited about I know a lot of people aren't excited about it because it's a kids thing and the whole PG. But in 2014, Scooby-Doo and the gang go to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think this is going to be amazing. This is going to be
It's
fun.
like,
Yes, definitely.
Scooby-Doo. Yay!
Yeah, exactly.
Love Scooby-Doo.
Exactly, especially for all those little kids as well, like when they
Yeah.
started watching, you know, WWE now,
Or that
getting
could
into it.
that could get kids
Yeah,
into it.
exactly, you know.
It is a good
Of course.
marketing thing, but you never know. The word is The Rock has played a major role in CM Punk holding on to the WWE title as long as he has. The talk is that The Rock wants to face CM Punk at Royal Rumble, which we've known for a while, but there's been points in the past year when Vince McMahon has wanted Punk to drop the title, but it was The Rock's input that stopped it.
Okay.
Fair enough, I mean, but I still think Punk is going to beat The Rock at Rumble.
Yeah, to be honest, like, from my own opinion, I kind of hope he doesn't. I'm kind of getting bored. I don't know if anybody else is. I'm kind of getting bored with the whole CM Punk, the whole...
Fair enough.
So many days that he's had it. I do love CM Punk. I think he's great, but I just think I'm getting bored. I don't know, maybe they need to shake it up a bit.
They could shake it up, but I mean, he was face and gone into the heel. But he hasn't been the heel that he could be. He's still playing the normal WWE heel, which is the coward heel. If he plays a dominant heel, which we know he can, well then that would rejuvenate the whole thing again.
I'd kind of like to see somebody else coming in. I don't know whether Brock Lesnar is going to be coming back or whatnot. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I'd kind of like to see Paul Heyman. I'd like to see him, you know, maybe focus on somebody else, and then kind of CM Punk kind of going after him, kind of saying, you know, I thought you were supposed to be managing me, and then maybe there can be kind of like a little feud there. Yeah, there you go, the Shield, maybe, you never know, exactly, because I think CM Punk is kind of now, he's in Paul Heyman's grasp, and Paul Heyman, as we know, can just turn.
Although, I just thought of something there. If you remember a couple of weeks ago on Raw, Wade Barrett said he'd join Team Punk, but you owe me a favour.
Yeah.
So maybe the favour is that that Heyman has to manage Wade Barrett.
That'd be interesting.
It mightn't be a bad idea.
Yeah,
Might be a bad idea. And the last bit of news is there's been talk of Vicky Guerrero's job or Dolph Ziggler's Money in the Bank briefcase going into the feud between Ziggler and John Cena. I don't know. See, all this feud started off with Vicky versus AJ.
Yeah.
And the whole John Cena and AJ kissing in the ring and the most awkward kissing in the world.
Yeah, it was kind of devastating.
It's awful, like,
I mean,
seriously.
Yeah. I mean, John Cena, for God's sake, the man's a champ. I think going back to that, I think like it all kind of started off obviously with the whole AJ and the Vicky thing, but because Dolph was kind of he was kind of thrown in as a jobber for Cena while he was injured.
True.
So I don't know whether I like it or not.
Well, Ziggler is going to win the title eventually from the Money in the Bank briefcase. He'll cash in. I don't think. See, if he doesn't win, then the whole Money in the Bank, in my opinion, would be defunct because John Cena cashed in and lost. So if they have two people in the same year cash in and lose, it's like, what's the point of winning the Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, he has to win.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I reckon he's going to hold off. Won't do it at TLC when everyone expects him to do.
No, because people are just waiting now.
Daniel Bryan done it exactly a year ago on TLC. Mark Henry versus Big Show in a chairs match.
Okay.
And that's when Daniel Bryan cashed in on Big Show and won. They're not going to have. It's now Sheamus versus Big Show at TLC in a chairs match. They're not going to have Dolph Ziggler come in and cash in the exact same thing. I highly doubt that'll happen.
Yeah.
I reckon he'll be the first guy to cash in at Mania.
I think. When did he actually get the briefcase?
At Money in the Bank.
Okay. When was that? That was in.
That was a couple months ago.
I'm wondering, like, Vince loves this whole. I think he's going into this whole, everybody's holding on, like Punk. They're waiting for him, waiting for him to lose. It's a whole year streak.
True.
I wouldn't mind Dolph Ziggler hanging on to it for a year because everybody's waiting. Everybody's still interested. Whether they'll lose interest, who knows? But I wouldn't mind him hanging on to it maybe until then.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad.
Never know.
Just a bit of a sidetrack there. Today or yesterday, or Wednesday, I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was Antonio Cesaro's 100th day as US champion.
Nice.
I
We like him.
Wanted to throw that in.
Nice. Okay, a bit of a shout out.
But speaking of shout outs, I asked this week on Twitter for everybody since the Shield came in and had a very impactful debut, taking out Ryback. What was everybody else's favourite debut. We'll talk about this in the third show, but I just wanted to give a couple of shout outs here. Eric Van Disme, sorry if I mispronounced that, at Eric Van Disme on Twitter, said the Rocket Survivor Series 96, eliminating Crush and Goldust and winning for his team. Greek Goddess Forever at Greek Goddess Girl said, I loved when Kane debuted. I also liked when Rosa Mendes debuted because she jumped out of the crowd and attacked Melina. That was a couple of years ago.
It was.
It's the only diva mentioned on the shoutouts. And Bill Chase at BC Punk said, one that always sticks out in my mind is definitely Kane's first appearance at Bad Blood 97. After months of build up, it delivered. Kane's debut was awesome.
Do you know, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows that, everybody remembers it because of the lead up to it. I think the lead up to it was
the fact that he's still there.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and
it
he's
was so long ago, like 14, 15
97.
What the hell? Oh God.
Yeah, I remember it.
Getting old.
Well, that's that there, and that's the end of this show. And we'll continue with the shoutouts tomorrow, and we'll talk about our favourites on Sunday.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll be talking about everything that's happened in wrestling this week on Raw, SmackDown main event. I'm Carl Sherlock. Carl Sherlock on Twitter.
And I'm Georgina Masterson.
Slán.